Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be continuing on with our SwiftUI tutorial series, and in this particular tutorial we are going to be taking a look at how we can change the size of a navigation split view's columns in SwiftUI. Now, keep in mind that it might not use the sizes that you define. Maybe your app is currently in a state or a situation has come up where your size cannot be respected and it must go to the defaults that the system gives it. In which case, you'll have to account for that. This modifier, at least as far as my knowledge goes, is ignored on iOS. On iPadOS, the size will only be acknowledged if it is less than the normal system size that it gives it. The Mac is a little bit more flexible, and we'll kind of deal with that when we get there. Okay, so this is as simple as applying a modifier to a view that your navigation split view presents, whether it be in the sidebar, content, or detail sections. So if we go into Xcode and we run our app, we can see what our app looks like right now. So right now I have a 3-column layout where we have a sidebar, content, and detail, red, yellow, and blue. We are going to change the size of each of these columns. All right. So the first column that I want to change the size of is our yellow column. And we can change the size of this column by saying dot navigation split view column width. Now, there are 2 versions of this modifier that we can work with. First is where we give it a concrete width, no flexibility or anything like that. So we'll say 500 for the width of our content column. So save and run. And here we go. So you can see here the size of our content view changed slightly. Let's make sure that I have... Okay, yeah, the font is fine. Let's change this to, say, 800. Grow it even further. And you can see here now it's even larger. Let's next change the size of our sidebar. Right? So I'm going to change the width of this column to be, let's say, 400. And then our sidebar, we'll say we'll have a navigation split view column width of, let's say 250. All right, we can save this, run our code again. And now you can see not only has our detail, or rather our content, shrunk, right? But our sidebar has grown slightly. At least depending on on how the sizing is by default. You could change this again, where we might say maybe 450. And this might be 600. And now you can see it's slightly different. But what about our detail view? Well, we can again, excuse me, we can again apply a dot navigation split view column width. And we'll say the detail column will be 350 wide. So save that, run it. And there we go. Now we have our navigation split view columns with custom widths. Now, if you wanted, you could apply the other version of the modifier, which takes in a minimum, ideal, and maximum size. So that way you have a range of widths that you can go between depending on your application's needs. This is particularly useful on macOS because maybe you have a larger screen and you want larger amounts of space for your content, and then a smaller maybe for your detail, and then maybe the sidebar same size as the detail or something like that. You can do that. All right, so really that just about does it for this video on how we can change the width of our navigation split view columns in SwiftUI. Thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.